I'm Tom, and we are going to see Jaire Opetaia back in the ring again. Jaire Opetaia is probably my favourite fighter at the moment. I think he's fantastic to watch. I think he's fun. He's entertaining to listen to. I think he's got all of it. He's going to return not against Zurdo Ramirez again. Now this time, Ramirez is injured, so you've got to cut him some slack. But if he just bucked up the courage and actually fought Jaire Opetaia, we'd have seen this fight ages ago. Instead, he kept taking other fights and eventually ended up getting injured. What we're seeing instead is Jaire Opetaia taking on his mandatory Cinkara. The thing is, Jaire Opetaia is just levels above the rest of the division. The only one who can lace his boots is Zurdo Ramirez, and even that I don't think is that close. The problem is we're not going to get to see that because Zurdo Ramirez doesn't want that. So we're stuck because Jai wants to become undisputed, seeing Jai fight lesser opponents. Now, I think activity is great. So Jai being in the ring and taking fights against anybody is better than nothing, of course. But what we'd like to see is Jai do what Usyk did, become undisputed and step up. Jai has said outright he's not going up until he gets the belts. He wants to get the belts, then all the other stuff can start to be brought into play. But until he gets the belts, none of it happens. None of it means anything. Until he gets the belts, he's not going up to heavyweight. He doesn't want to hear talk about going up to heavyweight. Until he gets the belts, he's waiting. So my question is, why haven't you fought Badou Jack yet? Why is no one asking or talking about Opetaia versus Badou Jack? I get that Opetaia is levels above Badou Jack. No doubt. No doubt at all. But he's got a belt. So why not try and organise the Badou Jack fight? And then we can see you fight somebody with a belt and you get hold of another belt. Instead of fighting much more, lesser opponents. Again, this one, a mandatory. There were your mandatories, I get that. You're not going to get Ramirez because he's clearly scared. And we're looking at this going, you're very quickly running out of options at the heavyweight division. The cruiserweight division. And it's a shame. I think he's such a good fighter. So I expect him to get through Cinkara fairly quickly, fairly decisively, and fairly one-sidedly. And what he said after that is he's been offered the fight to fight Chris Billam-Smith in October. The thing is, I think it's the Eubank Ben undercard. I could be wrong with that. But he's been offered that fight. That's a very quick turnaround. A very quick turnaround. I got a couple of issues with that. One, you're planning your next move before you've dealt with this move. And I haven't got a huge issue with that, right? Most people, everyone does that. I know they say I'm doing what's in front of me. You've always got a plan, a pathway. But you're taking a big step up. Chris Billam-Smith is a very good fighter, and you're going to have very little time to recover and then get ready and deal with him. That's not a lot of time to deal with what is a very big fight. That's one issue. And the other issue is, again, we know Chris Billam-Smith doesn't want that fight. Chris Billam-Smith chose Ramirez over Opetaia because he knew Opetaia would beat him. Opetaia offered Billam-Smith the whole fight purse when they were negotiating because Billam-Smith was like, oh, it's not enough money, not enough money. He said, you can have the whole fight purse. And Billam-Smith still went, no, I'm going to go fight Ramirez, thinking he'd beat Ramirez, ended up losing, and, that was silly because he would have fought Opetaia and got more money and still lost. So now, the only reason he might fight Opetaia now is because Opetaia's got a belt, which means it's a title shot for Billam-Smith. So you risk losing, cool, but you also, the reward is you get a belt, which is massive. So that's why I might see it. However, Opetaia's already said they have a £1 million money pot to divvy out between the fighters. And Billam-Smith's gone, no, it's not enough. I want more than that. And Opetaia saying, look, we'll take my money then. I don't care. I don't want the money. You take my money and I'll just fight you. And we'll see, because Billam-Smith obviously does not want to fight Jaire Opetaia. And I get why. I wouldn't either. But it's a real shame when you're saying fighters run scared. Do you know what I mean? Fighters holding up another fighter's career. Because I want to see Opetaia up at heavyweight. This heavyweight division is currently stacked. This cruiserweight division currently isn't. The only fight out there for him is Ramirez and he's injured. I'd love to see him go up, but he's already said he won't until he gets the belts. Now, because of the fight with Billam-Smith, he said that he wants to deal with Cinkara very quickly. Problem is, when you want to knock someone out, when you want to get someone out of there, oftentimes it's a lot harder to do that. When you're not looking for the knockout, that's usually when you find the knockout. So I wonder if that's actually going to hinder him more than help him. That said, I do think he's that much of a level above Cinkara, it won't really matter. He'll get him out of there decisively, knockout, inside 6, inside 4, and then he'll go on to fight Billam-Smith later this year. I really hope so. People, let me know your thoughts on all of that. Are you excited to see Opetaia in the ring as much as I am? Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff works, people. Peace.